Here we go again. Now, Wolf PAC has, of course, taken it upon itself to get us a constitutional amendment to get money out of politics so that we can end the system of corruption and legalized bribery that we have and get free and fair elections. Wouldn't that be amazing if our representatives represented us? So we were, of course, told that this was impossible, but we got Vermont on the board, and then they said, yeah, it's a small state. Then we got California on the board. That's a fairly large state. They said, okay, but you only have 2 on the coast, so then we got Illinois. And then we were told, oh, well, that's okay. You did that in last year, but this year you're not going to get any further, except last year we got it introduced in 10 states. This year we've got it introduced in 19 states. And what's going on there? That looks like New Jersey is on the graphic there. Well, let's go to the voting in New Jersey on our resolution. Now, it's already passed the Senate. Now it's in the Assembly. Let's see how that voting goes. Or do we get more yeses than nos? I believe that is another state on the board. That is state number 4. They said it couldn't be done. Yet we keep rolling throughout the country. I want to show you a video of the historic moment in New Jersey.
Mr. Speaker, SCR 132 has received 44 votes in the affirmative, 25 in the negative, and 2 abstentions.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 132, having received 44 votes in the affirmative, 25 votes in the negative, and 2 abstentions, I declare the resolution passed. Let the resolution take the usual course of past resolutions. Back on consent, bill in the clerk's desk.
Here we go again, man. I love this. So if you think we're anywhere near dying, you don't know us by half. Let me tell you the American heroes in this story. First, we go to the legislators. Primary sponsor, Daniel Benson, Deputy Speaker Pro Tem. Herb Conaway Jr., Majority Whip. Tim Eustace, Deputy Conference Leader. Vincent Prieto, Assembly Speaker. And then we've got John McKeon, Assemblyman. Declan O'Scanlan, Assemblyman. Amy Hanlon, Assemblywoman. Sean Jean, Assemblyman. Look, all these people were incredibly important in this. The sponsors were important. The speaker who got it through the assembly was enormously important. Every one of them played a critical role. And all these state legislators all across the country that are pushing this forward are our new founding fathers. Because we lost our democracy back in 1976 and 1978, not just even with Citizens United, but when the Supreme Court declared that money was speech and you could spend unlimited amounts within certain limitations, and then those limitations were removed later, corporations were allowed to just buy our democracy. And that's why when Princeton studied it, they found out that public opinion has 0 correlation to legislation since 1978. These are the founding fathers who are going to pass an amendment to change that so we get our democracy back. So more co-sponsors here: Troy Singleton, Patrick Dignan Jr., Reed Guciara, Bonnie Watson Coleman, John McKeon, Benji Wimberly, Ralph Caputo, Gordon Johnson, Mila Jacey, Upendra Shivakula, Angelica Jimenez, Annette Quijano, Craig Coughlin, Cleopatra Tucker, Shavonda Sumter, Carmelo Garcia, Thomas Giblin, Sheila Oliver, John Brusick Kelly, Nancy Pinkin, Joe Danielson. And it's not just the legislators who voted for it who are absolute heroes, but also their legislative staff that helped so much. Stephen Katuna, who was Speaker Vincent Prieto's chief of staff, and then Bo Huck, who worked for Declan O'Scanlan. He was his legislative aide. Kate Gamber, chief of staff for Sean Kane. Jonathan Chebra, who is with Herb Conaway. Then I want to go to Team Wolf PAC, New Jersey. We had Walker the Warrior Green. I'm going to tell you what kind of a warrior he is at the end of this, and I'm going to show you a video from him. Mark Grey Wolf Dunges. I, of course, love these nicknames. Kedar Venka Taramani. Stephen the Guardian Garcia. Ronald Banerjee. Scott Anderman. Tony Thomas, whose nickname is Tony T. It's a perfect Jersey nickname, right? The Relentless Rina Chankayote Medigban. Omar Barinto, George Matwasi, Mohit Mo Money Mo Problems Baki. I love it. Meredith Smith, Ariana Tsiatlos, Leighton Pennell, Paul Melman, Mark Duvall, Kimiko Nakatsuji, Andrew Mogolian, Andrew Indomitable Jackhammer Skolansky Ankit Rana, Jeremy Einbinder, Klaus Rittenbach, Eli Staff Whisperer Fendelman, Interesting. Greg Schaefer, Federico Martinez, Dan Gardner, Nick Quinn, and to all the wonderful people whose names I horribly mispronounced, I love you anyway. And that's my home state, and they brought it home for us. Finally, honorable mentions goes to Allison Hartson, who's a great organizer, state leader in California that organized the Wolf Attack team, which includes Carrie Curry, Mary Van Durosten, W.L. Fort, Jerry Ryberg, Michael Hughes, Lucas Smalden, Jay Wang, Will Gudati, sorry guys, Will Yate, and Kathy Orlinsky. Okay, look, when the Wolf Attack team comes for you, you never see it coming until it's too late. So yet another state, yet another impossible task checked off. Why don't you come join us? Why don't we fight together? You'd be shocked at how much you're going to love it. So then I go back to Walker Green. Why is he a warrior? Well, first of all, he's the guy who got us, who was part of the Wolf Attack in Vermont and found us Dr. Stephen Berry, who convinced his legislators to put Vermont on the board, and they were the first state on the board. Now Walker's back in his home state, working hard, being the team leader there. So right before the vote, he can't wait to go and celebrate it. His appendix burst. He's in the hospital, and we got a video of him in the hospital, including his guys that worked with him and women that worked with him who came in to see him in the hospital after the vote passed. Watch.
So I've been working with this resolution for Wolf PAC for a year and a half, and I was so pumped to go to Trenton with my shiny silver suit, and at 3 in the morning my appendix decided to swell up, and I had to come to the hospital instead. And then when I asked to leave, they said I couldn't leave. So I missed the vote, but I caught it on live stream.
It's cool.
And what did your Wolf PAC New Jersey team do?
Oh, they kicked ass, I'm sure.
And then what did they do after they kicked ass?
Got drunk.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're here.
Tweet those images. We came to see you before. How dare you go? There you
That's
go.
right, my team, these guys came to visit me.
It's okay, he's drunk. He doesn't know. Yeah.
Oh, so back to what I was saying about like my mom videotaped my reaction. I'm sure like combing so I look nice and everything in my bed. And I guess a couple hours later I look like I'm a mess.
Yeah, you don't know.
Well, the people who oppose us are now a mess. You know who opposed us in New Jersey? The Koch brothers. They came to testify against us in committee. Sorry, Wolf PAC 1, Koch brothers 0. New Jersey is now on the board. You see that guy, Walker? He can't even drink. He's not 21 yet. Kid who's not even 21 got this done. You think you can't get it done? Look, I talked about this a lot, and I'm going to keep on talking about it. Those guys in the civil rights era, let alone every other era that faced unbelievable odds. I mean, they took batons upside the head. They took a cavalry charge on the Edmund Pettus Bridge, and on it goes. Can you not pick up a phone and make a call? Can you not join us as we do wolf attacks? It'll be the best time of your life. And look at these guys, man. They go to the hospital, visit one another because they're friends. They're warriors. They've been in battle together, and they won together. Wouldn't you love that? Doesn't take that much, man. You just go to wolf-pac.com and you start. You start by signing the petition. You start becoming a volunteer. Or if you can't do that, at least donate. Become a member. wolf-pac.com. When we make history, wouldn't it be awesome to be on the winning team? That's exactly what we are. That's exactly where we're going. And I'm going to see you at the convention.